You're watching Josh's Recordings again, and today we're going to do a video on this Pioneer AVH-5800BHS. This is a car stereo receiver, but it can also be used anywhere, and as long as you have a 12-volt power supply. It includes a few features, such as USB audio playback, HD radio, Pandora, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary, and power off. Not really a feature, but whatever. It has mixed tracks like every other Pioneer unit. Who really cares? I'll set up my tripod and I'll be right back and show you the features of this unit. Alright, I hope you can see the screen well. So, like I said, this is a Pioneer AVH-X5800BHS radio. It has, well, actually, let me go to the main screen. Here's the main screen. It shows you the source selected over here, if there's a source selected. If you have your smartphone connected, you can do stuff like view a map app or something. Down here under AV, we can see everything that you can do. We got Bluetooth, Sirius XM if you have a supported tuner connected to it. Auxiliary input, AV input, camera view, source off and power off, USB, Pandora, and Spotify, and HD radio, and it also has a CD player that hides behind the front panel. And the way you access that is by pushing this button and pressing that. And it'll open like that, show a little disc insert icon, and when you press that button, it'll go back. Alright, so that's how that works. Get rid of that. First things first, let's look at the demo of this unit. So we'll go to Tools, we'll go down to Demo Mode, we'll turn it on, and we will go back to Home and wait. And keep waiting. Actually, I think if you turn it off, you can almost go into the demo mode immediately. Don't quote me on that though. Yep, there we go. So it has mixed tracks, who cares? Bluetooth wireless audio, that's a neat feature for some people, I guess. Works with Pandora, Spotify, has built-in HD radio, and Sirius XM ready. This is actually some cool features that it has. App Radio Live, it does have that. I haven't used it yet, so I can't comment on that. And I guess that's all that the demo has to say. I thought it would have more pages, but I guess that's it. Alright, we're back to the beginning. So let's get out of the demo. To turn the demo off, you of course go to Settings, that little icon, and then you scroll down to Demo Mode and turn it off just like that. It's just easy as that. Let's turn the unit back on. I'll just press the home button. And let me see, what will I demonstrate now? Let's turn on the amps so you can hear it at least. That might help. And we'll open up the HD radio. And right now this is my radio station. So, no, and 2. I don't believe it. No, I don't have a preset for 2, but whoops. It has great separation, I gotta say, on the tuner. Pioneer, it has a Pioneer Super Tuner, and those are very good tuners. It's actually just connected to a wire antenna right now. So nothing even that special. HD radio does work. I'm not sure how many stations it pulls in around here. Let's go to, I know it does this one. And he switches over to digital and plays this hideous song. And if the whoops, also I'll demonstrate how you can scroll through. So it detects it's HD, and it takes a second to load the digital. You see a little analog thing over there. Change to digital, and it starts giving us the, now we have an ID tag, that's that. Now we can also go to HD2, as you can see right there, and HD3. I believe that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. And that's how that works. So you will notice an improved sound quality, and in fact it's almost CD quality now. Now of course it's not, because you can't transmit FLAC files over the air, but it sounds much better than actual radio, and gives you all this lovely information. Of course, if you can find a radio station that's HD and plays good music, good luck. Now, I don't believe I can get many HD stations around here. Well, no, there's not many that many HD stations around here, but I know there's a few, and a lot of them won't come in because, like I said, I'm just using wire antenna. So that's my station again. If we exit out of the HD radio tuner, and as you can see over here in our source, it says that we're listening to HD radio, so we know that. We'll go over to USB and I'll demonstrate the USB function. When you first plug USB devices, it'll say format read. Now this radio is compatible with almost all SanDisk thumb drives I have tested, and I have 3 or 4 SanDisk thumb drives, and every one of them works on this radio. So if you want to make sure you have a compatible thumb drive, get a SanDisk. They'll almost definitely work, because I know that a lot of people have been complaining about this radio not being able to support that many thumb drives. Well, SanDisk definitely will work, and I've had a few PNYs work. I don't have them on many other flash drives, so I can't comment on other ones. Off-name ones from China probably will not work. So, let's see how this works. I've created a database, and as you can see, it knows the total amount of songs on my flash drive. So, there's 4,191 songs on the flash drive, and it's playing song 2,621. It'll show that if you go into the song table right here, under File, and click on the song thing right there. Now the problem with how many tracks I have is the database runs very slow. It's very laggy. Now, I think personally that Pioneer could have made the database run faster if they wanted to. I mean, this is 2016. I shouldn't have to wait this long for the songs to come up. But they didn't. Of course, it'll be really stupid to actually be messing with this while you're driving. So, I don't recommend that, but it's really quick when you're loading a song. Like, I'll click on this song right here, and it pulls up and starts playing it right away, as you can see. So, that's quick. Database runs kind of slow, and like I said, that's because I have lots of songs. It'll probably run faster. In fact, I tried USB stick, it only had like 300 songs on it, which is not many. Well, it's a lot, but not many, if you know what I mean. And tried creating a database, and the database just is as smooth as using my phone. But you know what? I have so many songs on it, and because of that, it's just sort of slow. So when you have a database created, you can browse by artist, album, songs, or genre. And for example, if I click on artists, it'll pull up a little separate window here, and it takes a second to load the artists because, like I said, I have so many. And this database does run slow. You are warned about the database running slow in the manual if you have so many artists. And as you can see, it pulls up all the artists I have. You can scroll through. Say I want to go old school and listen to Amy Grant. I can click on that, and we'll just pull up one of her songs, and pops right up and starts playing. So I think it's very quick. This is from the Wow Hits CD that you can see over here. It shows the artwork. You get the name of the song, name of the artist, name of the CD, genre, and that works pretty well. You can also browse by file. So if we click on File, and it'll take a second to load that as well. We are pulling this off of the thumb drive, so this also browsing under file mode will mostly depend on the speed of your thumb drive. And as you can see, we can see all of the music in the folders that are on here. And if we want to just select a song from here, for example, you have to hit it right, just right, which is a pain. If you want to listen to one of these songs, just click on it, just like that, and it pops it right up and starts playing it. So no big surprise there. Very quick and very smooth. USB player is pretty good. Like I said, if you have a lot of songs, it can be kind of slow. Now you'll notice that when you choose a song from the flash drive itself, it doesn't display the lines. I'm not sure why that is. And it doesn't display the total number of songs in the album. It only displays that when you're using the database mode. Under functions, we get all of the functions you would expect. Database, which if I clicked it right now, it would rebuild the database. Folder up, folder down. Repeat, which I need repeat 1, repeat folder, repeat the entire drive. Shuffle. Sound retriever, which don't use. And we click that, it goes back to the time menu. If we go back to here and we go back to tag, and we just click on songs, and wait for it to load the songs, which does take us a few seconds, as you can definitely tell, and it's kind of annoying to wait for, but you know what, just get it going, and it doesn't take that long. I mean, it's only going to take a couple seconds. One of the things I think is that we're all sort of spoiled by now, because we're used to things coming up a lot faster than that. I mean, that was kind of slow. But as you can see, the scroll speed isn't bad after it loads. And it pulls things up really quickly. And then if we put this on shuffle, right, like that, now it's on shuffle, and we can just skip through all my music, and that works pretty well. It's very picky with the artwork. Album artwork will display only if using a JPEG file, and only if the file resolution is below 750 by 750. Most of mine was in HD, you know, like 1500 by 1500 or even higher. I had some that was like 3600 by 3600, and that is just too high for this radio to handle. So what you need to do is you need to make sure all your artwork is 750 times 750 or below, and in JPEG format. I actually got kind of concerned because artwork doesn't seem to be popping up any of my FLAC files. So I was wondering, well, can't not display artwork using FLAC? And so I called them up and said, look, this is what's going on. I said, okay, so what you need to do is you need to format it in 750 by 750 or lower, and make sure it's a JPEG. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going through my library, which is because I have so much music, and relabeling everything. This radio does have a limit of 150 folders, and I forget how many files. This lovely thick manual will help you out with that. Don't worry, it's not all English. So now that we have explored some of the radio's features, actually, let's just see. Let's go into settings and see what we can do here. Under system, that's that one right there. We can check AV source settings. So click on that. We get a few things like Mixtrack Settings. Mixtrack is stupid, don't play with it. I mean, well, you can if you want. Radio settings, blending, seek, local, all that kind of settings. Sirius XM settings. Of course, none of this is going to be highlighted because we don't have a Sirius XM tuner selected, so it's kind of pointless. Under Bluetooth audio, of course that's on, and Spotify, we can turn that on. Okay, so let's see, what else can we do on here? Beep tone, we turn that on, it beeps when we press something, like, see? If you like that, keep it on. If you don't, I don't really care for it, so turn it off. Input output settings, if you go under there, ever scroll, just keep that off, unless you want it to keep scrolling. Beep tone off again, and all that kind of stuff. Touch panel calibration, dimmer settings, dimmer, auto, manual, night. It'll slowly dim to night, as you can definitely see. There it dims out, and we'll bring it back up to day. Put it back to auto. Auto, it'll dim or come back up the brightness when the illumination wire in your car, which is the orange wire, is connected to the orange wire on this radio, and it'll dim whenever you turn the headlights on, which is what I recommend. System information, firmware information, you don't really need to know that, unless you're going to update your firmware. And network protocol, you don't really need to read the license, unless you really want to. As you can see, some of the software is really old, 1994. This radio is, I sort of am disappointed that some of the software on this radio is that old. But anyway, so in theme, we can go to background, and we can choose from one of their many backgrounds. I don't like the backgrounds, because I think it makes the radio look cheap. But you may like the backgrounds. I'll show you what they look like. There's one of the backgrounds. Here's another background. Here's another background. Some of them look pretty cool. Here's another background. This one is probably one of my favorites if I was going to use a background. Or you can import your work, your own background, by clicking that button. Or you can use no background. You can set a different background for both home and the AV screen. So if we click over on the AV, we can even do some animated backgrounds. Like, see, this moves around. That also sort of moves around. This is pretty cool because it actually shows a spectrum analyzer. And then we have all the other ones to choose from that we can do. Spectrum Analyzer would probably be my favorite if I was going to use a background. Now, under theme, we can also do Illumination on the so we can, we can do whatever color we want. We can even do this, which is pretty cool. We can go and we can say, I want that color, I want that color, or that color, or maybe that color, or that color. I believe there's like 1,500 possible combinations. You can make it dark, make it bright, whatever you want. Pioneer radios have always been very customizable. Yep. So if we go back, clock. Now clock, they actually give you an option. You can have no clock, which is good for some cars that have a built-in clock somewhere else, like the Toyotas, and I believe some Hondas. That way you can have that. I believe some other cars have it, like I think the Volkswagen Passat has it, and all that kind of stuff. So you can change that, or if you like that digital font, you can do that. Or if you like more classic fonts, you can do this. This is like Arial and Arial Bold or something like that. And theme. Under theme, you can choose if you want blue, red, that, or green, or grayscale. You can... what I recommend doing is sort of matching the theme in your car. That way it blends in. Makes it look a little bit more OEM. Under sound, this is where it gets pretty cool. Under graphic equalizer, we can set our own graphic equalizer, and it's pretty cool how we can use this. We can go to and like whatever, we can do whatever we want. It's pretty cool because it's all touchscreen and it's very intuitive. Anyone could just spend hours just playing with that. It's, you know, it's seeing what the changes of sound. It's graphic equalization made fun. Of course, that's not the equalizer I'm actually going to use, because who in the right mind would use an equalizer like that? Alright, so we have our presets: super bass, powerful, natural, vocal, flat, custom 1, and custom 2. Two customs. It's a global equalizer, meaning that it applies to the entire system. Fader and balance. We can move this little ball around, and that would be where your fader or balance is. And what to reset it, we just hold it right there in the middle until everything says 0. Or we can use these buttons, like that. And we'll go back. Subwoofer, on, off, pretty simple there. Speaker level, right, left, rear, subwoofer, pretty simple there. Crossover, this is where it also gets kind of cool. You can have a crossover here, and for your subwoofer, and you just, again, move that around with your finger. Subwoofer settings, another cutoff, you know, it's just another crossover. Listening position off, time alignment on, it should be off right now. Oh yeah, it is off, okay. Yeah. Alright, auto equalizer, save settings. Bass boost don't use, unless you have really crappy speakers. Loudness, you can use that if you want. Video setup. Now this can play DVDs and DivX. I'm not sure why you'd want to be viewing DVDs while you're driving. Actually, you can't view DVDs while you're driving, and your parking brake has to be engaged. So unless you're like on a road trip and sleeping in your car, I'm not totally sure why you want to do that. I'm not sure why most of this is grayed out, which also sort of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, that is how you do that. Under Bluetooth, we can connect to our phone. So I will demonstrate that now. I'm not sure. I don't believe that my phone is connected to this radio right now. So we should just be able to go down to Bluetooth and see what happens. Alright, I am now connected to the radio. So now if we go to home, up, and Bluetooth audio, we say no service, stop. Now we can start playing music. So of course we start playing whatever we chose on our phone, and it's pretty quick to respond. So pretty cool there, not bad. Sound quality is pretty decent. Of course we can also make calls using Bluetooth, and we click here. We can have a dial pad, and we can just dial in our number. We can have our contacts, phone book, whatever, preset dial, and all that kind of cool stuff. Also, as you notice, we have our cell phone information, battery level, and signal strength, and Bluetooth devices paired, all on the screen of the radio. Also, let me demonstrate one more thing. Spotify. Spotify also works on this absolutely wonderfully. To get it to work, just open up the Spotify app, and let's just play something real quick. Now we're playing Spotify. That easy. So, as you can see, all the information comes up on the display. It's pretty awesome. Also, the sound quality for Bluetooth on this radio is pretty good. As you can see, again, we got our source information there. Alright, and we can also have a dedicated app for Spotify. Unfortunately, it doesn't work too well. As you can definitely see. And I believe you have to have your phone unlocked for this to work, so you can see if this will work. Yep, well, who cares? Spotify's not working for me. But who cares? I mean, it works over Bluetooth, so I don't really care. I don't know why you'd want a separate feature. Auxiliary has a plug on the back. Just plug whatever you want into it. Pretty simple there. I believe we went over all the settings. Apps we have not checked yet, but I'm not really going to. So, I believe I've gone over everything. This is a bottom line of this radio. It's a very decent radio. If you are looking for a double-in car stereo, I definitely recommend it. If you have a lot of music and do not feel like waiting that long for the database to load, and or are going to operate the database while driving, which I sort of discourage, this might not be the radio for you. This might not be the radio for you, and the reason for that being, like I said, the database is slow when you have a lot of music. So if you only have a couple hundred tracks, I can't believe we're using that word, only have a couple hundred tracks. A couple hundred tracks, this radio is fine. If you have more than a couple hundred tracks, then you run into a problem, because it's slow. Of course, like shuffle play is absolutely fine under Bluetooth. I mean, it's not going to be slow shuffling your music, as you can definitely see. So that's not a problem. But the actual trying to find a track is very slow. So if you are trying to find a track, don't get this radio. It's going to be very, very slow with the database. But if you're just going to like put it on cello play and put all your music on it, it's a great radio. And one of the main reasons I love it is it's not that expensive. Plus, it supports FLAC. So, great radio if you're a music enthusiast, and it also is very minimal noise. There's not much noise on the amplifying section. I'm just running it off of a not a car power supply, a computer power supply, and it's been working great. It's a great radio, and I can't wait to actually put it in the car and see how that works. So, this is a review so far of this radio. So far, it's a great radio. I've had it for almost, let's see, 3 weeks now, so I've had a lot of time to play with it, and so far I recommend it. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed. This has been Josh's Recordings. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Been busy and my shop.